wasn't that abysmal. I mean, it's pretty astounding. I don't think that could have gone any worse. The red card was just the cherry on top, with Lacazette getting sent off. I'm just looking at some of the stats here. First of all, the lineup, which of course you can see on screen. Petr in goal, we all saw that come in. Koscielny, yeah, fair enough. Then you got either side of him, Monreal and Mustafi. So 3 at the back. 3-4-3, because we had Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles as well. Then in the middle, we had Granit Xhaka and Guendouzi. On the right, Mkhitaryan, Lacazette through the middle, and Iwobi on the left. Now, don't even say this was a weak side, because it isn't. This is arguably our first team. And with a few players that maybe wouldn't get in there. Check. Basically, check. And Maitland-Niles obviously is in because we don't have Bella and Lichtsteiner's not good enough. But I'm just getting sidetracked here. This team is more than capable of beating any team on their day. Okay? And we've just gone to a tough place, I'll be fair. You know, I'm sure it was extremely cold and, they're not used to playing on a bumpy pitch. You know, they're not used to all the problems they were having with the passing. The ball was bouncing around. Oh, just shut up. Beat them at a football game. It does my head in, because it wasn't like we played just terrible football. We just didn't play football. I don't even know how to explain it, really. Let me have a look at the stats, because after watching this game, which is a blur now, let's have a look how many shots we had. So, in total, we had 10 shots, 6 of them off target, 4 on target. Okay, we had 12 corners, possession, 71%, 87% passing accuracy. I mean, when you look at the stats, it's obvious that we dominated this game, but we didn't. We didn't dominate this game at all. It was just crap. It was absolute rubbish. And I'm so disappointed with some of the players on the pitch today. I thought Iwobi was wasteful. He had a few decent moments. Mkhitaryan, up to his usual disappearing act, and every now and again just getting his head stuck downwards and running into trouble. Lacazette had an off day, missed a couple of chances. That header in the first half, if he scores that header, we've got a different game on our hands. And of course gets sent off with an inexcusable elbow/strike with his arm. And, that would be welcome in the UFC, but maybe not in football, mate. And Lacazette's been brilliant this season, so it's a real shame. It leaves like a sour taste, doesn't it? When you lose a game like this, which should be a very simple, winnable game, despite where we're playing, and it just turns into that, plus a red card, which means he'll miss the next game, of course. And is it the one after that one as well? I'm not sure. At some point, the cards get reset. Kolasinac, playing on the left, has been decent this season, but today was not his day. He had so many shots on goal that went flying wide. And for once, okay, this feels silly because I've said many times before in these videos that he doesn't pass it enough. That he doesn't shoot enough. I've always said that he needs to be a bit more selfish, and he was more selfish today. But there were many occasions where squaring it would have been a goal. So, I don't know what to say about that. I thought Maitland-Niles was average today. Monreal was okay. Koscielny, I mean, the goal we conceded, if you watch it back, I'm not even going to talk about it. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. It just defines our season, that free kick. It really does. Like, if you watch that free kick, that summarises our defence this season so far. Just appalling. Really appalling. And don't get me wrong, okay? Brilliant free kick. And fully deserved goal because the delivery was so perfect. They've got a bunch of 6'5" players in there, and funnily enough, I was sitting next to Ellen. We were eating my dinner, and we were eating dinner and just chilling. And I saw the free kick given away, and the first thing I said to her is, "Watch, we're going to concede this." Whips it in and goal. Luckily, it was not going to be worse than that. It was just the one goal today, but against an opposition like them, which I want to give them credit because they deserve the win. Okay, I don't want anyone to think that I'm not giving them credit and that I'm not praising them, because they were outstanding. They really were fantastic. They deserve the win. But an opposition like this does not come around very often for a team like Arsenal. Well, it does at the moment because we're in the can't speak. I'm that disappointed that my mind is frozen. In the Europa League, we will come up against teams like this. But yeah, I mean, losing 1-0 away, you can say whatever if it's a team of similar quality. Being away from home is always a tough game, but just not a good enough excuse, really, is it? So, what did I think of the formation and the tactics and the style? I think Emery has gone in again too defensive. I don't know what it is. It's like, I guess like the fans, we don't trust the defence. We don't think the defence is solid enough. He clearly thinks we need 2 defensive midfielders sitting in front of 3 centre-backs, and then obviously 2 wing-backs, which I guess Kolasinac doesn't really count, but Maitland-Niles was often deeper than he was further up the pitch, it seemed. Why is that? And what's going on with this Ozil situation? I don't understand. Ozil's not even on the bench. I am starting to question the whole Ozil-Emery situation, and whether it's Emery or whether it's the board or whether it's Ozil, I don't know what's going on, but we need some sort of clarification here. We need to know what's going on because, one, Mesut Ozil's not at fault here. Okay, maybe he doesn't fit the style of play that Emery is trying to build here, but he has been dignified. He's stayed true to himself. He's been supporting the team over on social media every time we play. He's always like, "Come on, you Gunners," and it's good to see that he's not being silent about this or bad-mouthing him in the papers, whatever. Mesut Ozil is not to blame for this at all. He's still comfortably one of our best players. Why is he not getting played? Is it a case of Emery quite literally just thinking, I don't want to play you in my team, you don't fit my style of play, kind of want you to be leaving in the summer? Or is it something higher up? Is it in the board? Are they saying to Emery, we don't want you playing Ozil because we want him to be gone in the summer. His wages are too high. He's going to be 31, or is he already 31? He's going to have to go. There's no point playing him now. Develop some of the other players. I'm also questioning the Denis Suarez deal. You know, we're apparently so poor that we can't afford to bring in any players on a permanent basis, so we could only do loan deals. Now, provided that Suarez isn't too expensive wages-wise, maybe Barcelona are chipping in 20% or something like that, why was there nothing defensively done in this window? I am absolutely baffled by this because although Suarez is a good player, so far he's only made appearances off the bench and hasn't been great, to be fair, and I don't blame him. He needs time to get used to the league, he needs time to get used to the team, and getting 20 minutes here and there isn't going to help do that anytime sooner. But I just don't see the point in that signing. I don't see it. I really don't. First of all, I thought Ramsey replacement, if we make it permanent, which I think it's very likely we will be making this permanent. If he does really well, there is no obligation to buy. Apparently it's just an option to buy, which part of me hopes that is something we do because I think he will become a great player for us. But right now, what was that? What was that deal? You're bringing in a attacking midfielder when we quite clearly need a winger, a centre-back, a right-back, possibly a left-back. We need plenty of other positions, and you're bringing in Denis Suarez. It just reeks of... I don't know what it reeks of. Just poor decision-making or a panic because he was the only guy that we had advanced talks with that looked like it was actually going to happen. I'm sure we were trying to bring in defensive reinforcements, but who are you going to find in January in the middle of a season that's good enough to come in and do a job for Arsenal? It's unlikely, isn't it? But there must have been something we could have done, and it just does my head in. The whole Ozil situation is an absolute joke, but the biggest embarrassment of them all is today's result. It is embarrassing. You know, you probably noticed I don't even want to look at the camera. I take it really personally. I obviously do a lot of work around Arsenal. A lot of my channel is to do with Arsenal. I've supported them all my life. I absolutely love this team. Yes, I don't go to the Emirates every week like a lot of fans do, but I watch every single game, every second of every game. I'm emotionally invested in this squad. And this transition from Wenger to Unai Emery has been 6 out of 10, let's say. It's been okay. It's been uncomfortable at times, but we're getting there, and it felt really good during that long unbeaten streak we had. But right now, I've got to say, this is not feeling very nice. It really isn't. It just feels like he doesn't know what the best system is for this group of players. And of course, I'm not saying he needs to go. Don't even come at me with that. If I see any Arsenal fans saying Emery out, I just think you're clueless. The guy's had 7-8 months here. It's not enough time. He needs time. He needs transfer windows. Arguably, I would say he needs the next 6 months of this season, or 5 months, whatever it is, then the whole of next season until really you can start judging him, because he hasn't got his own players here. He's made a couple of signings, and I'd say most of them have been very good. Torreira being one of the best signings, I think, since Santi Cazorla. That kind of signing. I think Torreira is going to be... He will move on to a bigger club. That's how good he is. We've got him for a couple of seasons at most. That's how I'm feeling right now. Enjoy him while we've got him. But I do question some of the tactics, some of the lineup decisions. I think the lineup tonight wasn't actually too bad, but it was the system. It was, we can go 3-4-3 like we did, but I wanted to see more going forward. It just felt so lacklustre, so lethargic, and so defensive against a team that, no offence to them, but they're not very good. So we've got it all to do at the Emirates, and obviously we'll be going into that game feeling very confident that we'll still be able to get the job done, and most likely we will. We will probably still get through this, but imagine if we don't. If somehow I'm recording this opposite video when we've played them at home and somehow we haven't progressed through, I will not be happy. It will be an absolute embarrassment, but it'll be fine, surely. We get back into league action, hopefully get another win in the league, and we'll take it from there. But tonight has been a real embarrassment and just totally terrible. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.